IELTS Training Center. Take your Cambridge Grammar for I.E.L.T.S International English Level Testing System. Check 92A. 92A. The relative clauses. What do you mean by relative clauses? When, which, where, whichever, whenever, wherever. So all these words which comes between the sentence, it is called a relative clause. Clause is a sentence. The sentence. Have you heard subordinate clause? Have you heard in your 10th standard? Have you learned in your 10th standard and 12th standard? Subordinate clause which joins together to give you a complex sentence. Have you read it? Two main clauses join together to give a complex sentence. Compound, complex? Must be. So, relative clauses are related to. So here, relative clauses give information about a noun. About a noun. See, this is a noun. Name of the pen is a Reynolds company. I use the pen which is from Reynolds. I use the pen which is from Reynolds. I use the pen which stands for what? I use the pen which is of Reynolds. So which stands for what? Pen, right? So here, relative clauses give you information about a noun or a noun phrase. And it stands for noun, which they are linked to the noun or noun phrase by a relative pronoun. You are using who and which. Since this is a pen, you are using okay. For who? Can you form a sentence? A student has joined in our class. A student has joined in our class. Who is from? Which country are you from? Comoros Island in Africa. A boy has joined in our class. Who is from? African nation. So the who stands for what? The boy, right? So relative clause says about the subject or says about the object. So who and which in between the sentence. The relative pronoun can be either the subject or the object of the class. So it can be subject or the object of the class. And we don't use another pronoun in the class to refer to the noun. So who and which. Who stands for person, which stands for object, right? Can you use something about a cell phone? I have a cell phone. I have a cell phone which has 3G facilities. I have a cell phone which has 4G facilities. So which stands for what? Cell phone, right? So who stands for the person. So you are not supposed to use two. Another pronoun, two pronouns, no, only one. They are called relative pronouns. Why not install lights which have a timer? So the which stands for what, sir? Anybody? Which stands for what? Which stands for what? Which stands for lights. Why not install lights? So the which stands for lights, right? Why not install lights which have a timer? The lights has the timer, right? So why not install lights which they have a timer? So which stands for the lights. We sometimes use a participle clause instead of a relative clause. Instead of in which we are using participles. What are the participles, sir? Could you tell me? Present participle. Past participle. Eating is a present participle. Eaten is a past participle. We are using participles instead of using which and who. The man sitting besides me. The man sitting besides me. The man who is sitting beside me, the man sitting besides me. Instead of who, you're using sitting. So here, the noun who is sitting besides me. The man sitting besides me. The food kept in the fridge. The food kept is the past participle. Sitting is present participle. Kept is the past participle. The food kept in the fridge. In the fridge stands for what? The food, right? The food in the fridge. Kept in the fridge, sir. Food, right? So this participle class, this past participle stands for the noun food. The man sitting beside me. Sitting besides me. Who is sitting besides me? The man, right? So sitting, present participle and past participle are used instead of who and which. Got it? So what you able to understand? Who and which stands for? Who stands for persons, which stands for object. The who and which or can say about the subject to the object. And participles and past participles are used instead of who and which. Now coming here, we use who to refer to people. Who is used to refer to people with flesh and blood, human beings. Who? Please welcome Mike. Please welcome Mike Bowers. Please welcome Mike Bowers. Going to talk to you about how to look after your home. So this who stands for what? Who stands for what? Yes, Sumita. Mike Bowers. Please welcome Mike Bowers, who is going to talk to us about how to look after your home. So who stands for what? Bowers. Got it? About how to look after your home. Which refers to things. Which refers to things. Who refers to persons and which refers to things. These are dangerous if you live at which is in a large high-rise building. These are dangerous if you live in a flat which is in a large high-rise building. Stands for what? Which stands for what?
Building.
Building? Flats? Yes, which stands for flat. So, who stands for Bowers? Which stands for flat? You are describing about the flat. You are telling about what you are saying about the person who, what type of person he is and what he is going to do. Who and which. Now coming here, that. We have finished who, we have finished which, we have come here to that. That referred to people. That not only refer to things, it also refers to people. For example, find someone that can check on your home while you're away. So find someone that can check on your home while you are away. That stands for whom? Who? That stands for what? Somebody. One. So find someone that can check on your home while you are away. So while you are away, try to find somebody who can check your home. Store away any objects. Store away any objects means what? Keep the objects in a safe place that could become damaging missiles. What missiles are? I throw a stone upon you, it becomes a missile, a weapon. So store away any objects that could become damaging missiles. So that stands for what? That stands for what? That stands for objects. So here that stands for somebody, here that stands for objects. So that stands for person, that mentions about the objects. You got it? Okay, now so far what you have seen is where to use who, where to use that. That is used for persons and. Now coming here, that's an alternative to who and which. That is an alternative to who and which. So who stands for person, which stands for thing, and for who and which you can use an alternative word, relative pronoun, that. and is more common in spoken English. That is most common in spoken English. That is not used in non-clauses. See, where? Where it is referred for what? Places. See here, this is your home. This is your home, the place where keep your most treasured possessions. This is your home, the place where you keep your most treasured possessions. So the where stands for what? Where stands for what? Possession. Place. Which place? Your home. The where stands for the place, the home, the place. The where mentions about home. This is the place where you can train yourself for English. This is the place, this is the institution where you can train yourself in speaking, reading and listening and writing. So this where stands for what? Institution. So here, when is mentioned to refer to times. So where is mentioned to refer to places, and when is mentioned to refer times. Program them. So this program is a verb. Program them to come on at times when you would normally be home. So when mentioned at times. Next, whose. Use whose to show possession. Possession means what? This is my pen, right? This is my pen. So whose is mentioned. Whose is used to show the possession. You're possessing. See here, you are a person. You are a person whose job involves a lot of travel. So who stands for what? You are a person. You are a person whose job involves a lot of travel. So who stands for what possession? What is the possession over here? What does he possess? Huh? Anybody? You are a person whose job involves a lot of. So this who stands for the what? You are a person whose job involves a lot of travel, no meaning. You are a person that job involves a lot of travel, no meaning. You are a person whose job involves a lot of travel. So who stands for what type of possession? Anybody? Anybody? Mr. Dhanush. This who stands for? Whose? You are a person whose job involves a lot of stands for person's job. That person's job. He is possession of what? An authority. His duty. He is the man. Prime Minister. Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister. Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister. Everybody agree? To look after the people. Whose duty is to look after the people. You say, Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister. Who? Or whom? Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister whose duty is to look after the people. Who stands for their job? Next, lives in an old house whose roof needs repairing. He lives in an old house whose roof needs repairing. He lives in an old house whose roof needs repairing. So who stands for what? That person's house. That person's house. Whose roof stands for what? The person's house is house. So whose is possession? Next, why? After the reason or reason. Why? Why in front of a sentence means what? Why did you come late? Why did you come late? I'm suffering from fever, that is why I came late. I was suffering from fever and headache, that is why. The why stands for what? stating the reason, right? So why reason? Why after the reason or reasons? There are often very good reasons why one house is burgled and another is not. What do you mean by burgled? What do you mean by burglar? Anybody? Burglar, burgled, burglar. If breaks into the house, a fellow who comes into your house to rob, not a visitor. Burglar is not a visitor. Do you welcome the burglar as a visitor? You treat him with a coffee, tea? Burglars are the fellows who rob and break into your house. So there are often very good reasons why one house is burgled and another is not. My house is burgled. You know, my house is burgled means what? House, thieves came, took away the possession. They have not taken. Why? Even in their home, nobody is there. They have locked the door and went. I have locked my room and went. Somebody came into my home and they have taken things from my neighbor's house. Maybe various reasons, right? Maybe there may be, right? Maybe they have taken some precautions. So there are often very good reasons why one house is burgled. So why means what? Why stands for what? Reasons, right? So my dear friends, what you have seen here so far? You have seen here so far, relative clauses are give information about a, number one, noun. They are linked to noun by a relative pronoun. Example, what is the relative pronoun? Who and which. Who stands for person, which stands for things, objects. Then sometimes we don't use who and which. Instead of who and which, we are using participles. What are the participles? Present participle. All INGs are present participles. All gerunds are present participles. Past participle, eaten, spoken. So here, sitting and kept. Then, in between the sentence, we use who to refer to people. Here, Mike Bowers. You are mentioning about Mike Bowers with who, which here you are using after this which comes, which says the flat. Then after that is used for people or things. Someone, that stands for someone. Here that stands for objects. Then where is referred to places. See where. This where stands for this place. Then you have seen when to refer the time. It's all in between the, mind you. So when the time, and whose to in between the sentence to show they are possessing. Who stands for possession, and why in between the sentence states about the reasons. Hope you are able to get it. Are you clear about it? So I request the gentleman to come forward and tell what he is able to understand in short. And next, Timita, be ready to say.
I can know about more. I got more information about relative clauses. Then we use how we use participles sometimes, and the relative pronouns. Who is referred to people, where which is referred to things. That too refers to people or things. Where to refer places, and when to refer times, who to show proportion. These all I to know in.
I understood what is meant by relative clauses. Relative pronoun, who to refer to peoples, which to refer to things, that to refer to people or things. Uh, that is an electro who and which. Where to refer to places, where to refer to times, whose to show position, why after the reason for reasons.
So நண்பர்களே, உங்களுடைய கேம்பிரிட்ஜ் கிராமர் ஃபார் ஐஎல்ஸ் புக்கை எடுத்துக்கொள்ளுங்கள். பக்கம் 90A. கிளாஸ் வாக்கியம் என்றால் என்ன? கிளாஸ் என்றால் என்ன? கிளாஸ் phrase என்றால் phrase என்றால் என்ன? ரெண்டு மூணு வார்த்தைகள் ஒன்றுடன் ஒன்று இருக்கிறது, ஆனால் முழுமையான அர்த்தம் கொடுக்காது. கிளாஸ் என்பா அர்த்தம் கொடுக்கும். ரிலேட்டிவ் கிளாஸ் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட வாக்கியம், அந்த வாக்கியத்தையும் இணைக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு